Every great story has a beginning. For ours, it begins at the closing hour of the Coral Reef Conservatory, when the world of light gives way to a world of shadows. This is Gus. His job is to make sure everything is quiet, safe, and exactly where it's supposed to be. He believes everything is in order, especially his favorite resident, a seemingly ordinary octopus he calls Inky. But Inky is no ordinary octopus. He is a master of patience, a phantom of the deep, and tonight he has a plan. As soon as the coast is clear, the artist prepares to begin his masterpiece. You see, a glass box can hold an octopus, but it cannot hold his memories. And behind those intelligent eyes was a longing for a home he was determined to return to. The mission, Operation Inkscape, was a go. But every great mind needs an accomplice. This is Pinchy. Inky laid out the brilliant multi-step plan with the clarity of a master tactician. Pinchy's review of the plan was less than enthusiastic. To him, it sounded a lot like "let's get caught." But a reminder of what they were fighting for was all it took. Pinchy, the reluctant hero, was in. With the guard successfully neutralized by the formidable power of a crossword puzzle, the operation could begin. Inky took his position, while Pinchy ascended to his post as the world's most nervous lookout. Step 1, the unbolting. A masterful display of dexterity, where a tentacle becomes a tool. Pinchy's first alert. It seems the guard was on the move for a donut. False alarm. Inky's camouflage was flawless. To Gus, everything was perfectly normal. This delicate dance of unscrewing and hiding continued, bolt by bolt. With the final bolt free, the door to freedom was officially ajar. Squeezing a giant octopus through a tiny gap is an art form. Pinchy's exit was less graceful. They were out, but now they faced the most terrifying obstacle of all, the open floor. A master of disguise, Inky became one with his surroundings. Pinchy chose a more conventional approach. Gus was completely oblivious, passing over the escapee without a second glance. The plan was working. Their next checkpoint, the safety of the touch pool exhibit. A new challenge appeared. For a creature of the sea, a slippery floor is a formidable foe. But for Inky, it was an opportunity. He moved with the grace of an eight-legged figure skater. Pinchy, on the other hand, was less of a skater and more of a spinning, unguided missile of panic. A near disaster, averted by Inky's quick thinking. This partnership thing was proving to be a lot of work. Next up, the maintenance door. A barrier for humans, but a puzzle for an octopus. With a little creative thinking, the lock was no match for a determined tentacle. The inner sanctum, a maze of pipes and machinery that held the key to their final escape route. Their path lay upward, but the ventilation shaft was just out of reach. When you have 8 arms, you become quite an excellent thrower. The ascent began, with Pinchy holding on for dear life. But their biggest problem was right behind them. The guard was at the door. Time was running out. Every second counted as Gus fumbled with his keys. Inky scrambled into the shaft, pulling his terrified partner in with him. In their haste, a single mistake was made. A small sound, but in the silence of the night, it was a thunderclap. The fumbling stopped. The guard had heard it. They concealed the evidence just in the nick of time. Gus saw only what he expected to see, a messy room.
Geez.
The escapees were safe
Not again.
for now. Through the darkness of the vents they crawled, following the faint scent of salt and freedom. At last they saw it, the outflow pipe, their gateway to the sea. But freedom was blocked by one final barrier, a heavy filter grate, impossible to move. Inky saw the mechanism, a manual override button, a beautiful, glorious, unreachable button. It seemed the journey was over, just inches from the finish line. But sometimes courage comes in the smallest packages. Pinchy had an idea. A terrifying, heroic idea. The plan was simple. The plan was insane. The plan was their only hope. With Inky as his anchor, Pinchy became a living grappling hook. He stretched with all his might, his tiny claw reaching. Gus' cheerful whistling echoed down the hall. They were out of time. With one final, desperate push, contact. The emergency flush system activated, pulling open the grate and unleashing a torrent of water. They leaped into the current, riding the wave of their own brilliant, crazy plan. Gus arrived only to find a minor system malfunction, never knowing he had just missed the greatest escape in the aquarium's history. And with that, they were free, plunging into the cool, endless blue of the ocean harbor. A grateful pat for a job well done. The unlikely duo had become true partners in crime. Inky swam to the home he had only seen in his dreams, to the one he had done it all for, because no prison can hold a heart that remembers where it belongs. Home at last.